Welcome everyone. We'll be starting in a few minutes, so if you need any props that you have to find to get so that you're going to need them, if you do need them, you want to have them handy. So just make sure that your props are somewhere where you can reach them when you need them. So we're going to be just beginning in a comfortable seated position. So if you're already in the middle of your mat, just cross your legs and sit up tall, and we'll wait for everyone to just come in to join us, and then we'll begin our practice. And so as you settle in, just close your eyes and take a few moments to let go and release anything that you brought with you. So it's about 7 o'clock now, so we'll be starting in the middle of our mat with our legs crossed. If you're not already there, just allow yourself to find that easy, comfortable seat. Use the block if you feel you need to sit on so that you can let your hips relax, letting the knees open out to the side. And then just let your hands come to rest gently onto your knees. Let your shoulders pull down away from your ears. And then just slowly lift your shoulders all the way up to the ears. Feel the shoulders really shrugging up. And then as you exhale, let's just roll the shoulders back, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears and maintaining a straight spine. Draw the navel into the back of the spine and close your eyes. And start to find your Ujjayi breath. So our Ujjayi breath is the breath that we use throughout our practice. And we want to come into that breath so that we're ready and prepared with the breath before we begin. And today we're going to start with just one Om, just to begin our practice. So sitting up nice and tall, bring your hands into prayer and let your thumbs come to the center of your heart. And we'll just chant Om one time. So take a nice deep breath in. Om. And keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands to rest onto your knees. And then from here, slowly and gently take your chin down to your chest and stretching out the back of your neck. So let your head hang heavy. Keep feeling your shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the navel pulling into the spine. And try not to arch your lower back, so you want to feel more that you're tucking under slightly. From here, let's slowly roll the head over to the left side, nice and slow. And then bring your head down to the chin to chest, and then take the head over to the right side. And come back down, chin to chest, and over again to the left. And bringing the head down, chin to chest, and moving the head to the right. And just continue with this gentle rocking motion, just assessing and noticing what you're experiencing in your neck. Notice if you're feeling any tension or tightness in your neck. And remember, we're not trying to force ourselves into these poses. We want to just be mindful that our body may be experiencing some limitations. So make sure that you honor those limitations and just take your body where you can, remaining comfortable in the pose. So let's finish up with the head rocking over to the right side. And once it does, bring the chin back down to the chest. And just hold, check in with your back, make sure your tailbone is tucked under, shoulders are down away from the ears, and slowly raise your head back up, allowing the chin to come level with the mat, and let's let the eyes slowly open. From here, let's take the arms and extend them all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer on your exhale, lowering the thumbs to the chest, and raising again, lift the arms up, inhale, and palms come together, exhale, and bring it down. Let's do that 2 more times, lifting up, inhale, and exhale, bringing it down, And last one, lift up, inhale. And exhale it, slowly take it down. From here, let's interlace the fingers. As you do, you're going to press your palms forward, pull your chin to your chest, and now round through the lower back. Let the shoulders pull down away from the ears. So you want to round your whole back. Feel that deep stretch opening into the lower back. As you pull your belly in, let your chin release down. And then take the hands and start to lift them all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, round the back and pushing the palms forward, opening through the lower back. Lifting up again, inhale, take the arms up and rounding the back as you exhale. So you want to really start with the lower back rounding first. Lift up, inhale. And last time, rounding through the back, exhale. So keep your chin into the chest. And then from here, just let your hands release onto your knees and slowly roll yourself up. Stack your spine one vertebra at a time. As you come to sit up nice and tall, let's start to circle the body around. So taking whatever side feels natural to begin with, circling it around, keeping both sits bones on the mat as they ground. And make sure that you feel that you can go as wide as you're able to. And then switch sides, taking it the opposite direction. And maybe they're not the same. Maybe your circle's shorter here, or maybe it's a little wider. So each side may be a little bit different. Both buttocks remain grounded onto the mat. And take it around one last time. And sit up nice and tall. Let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale. And we're going to bring the hands forward, coming onto our hands and knees. So if you're able to just rock yourself up into a tabletop, come onto all fours. Make sure that you're in the middle of your mat. Spread your fingers wide, making sure that the thumbs face more towards the middle of your mat, and the middle fingers are facing to the front of your mat. Knees are under your hips and shoulders are stacked over your palms. With your navel pulled in, let's extend the left leg all the way back. Point the toes on the left foot and flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. And make a circle with the foot going one direction. And make a circle with the foot going the opposite direction. And then from here, keeping that leg lifted, pull that left hip so that it's facing down. Make sure the left leg is lifted just high as your hip, not higher. And then finding balance on your left hand, raise your right arm up alongside the ear. Keep stretching back with the toes of your left foot and reaching forward with the fingers on your right hand. And breathe here. And now let's bend the left leg at the knee and see if you can reach back and maybe find the top of your foot and pull that heel away from your butt. Lift that leg up, turn both hips down to face towards the mat. Lifting out of that left hand, trying to find your balance. Try not to drop your chin into the chest so you're gazing more to the front of your mat, allowing the crown of the head to face towards the wall in front of you. Release the arm and the leg. Inhale. Exhale, round the back and touch your knee to your elbow. And reach and extend the arm and leg. And again, touch the knee to the elbow as you round. Pull the belly into the spine. Reach and stretch. And let's pull it in. And then lower the palm and take your knee back down under your left hip. Switching sides now, the right leg is going to extend back. You want to try and get that right leg as straight as possible. And you want to keep that leg lifted as high as your hip, if possible. Pointing the toes and flex and point and flex, point and flex. And make a circle. Try to move only the foot and circle it around opposite way. And then from here, keep that leg lifted. Keep the toes slightly pointed back. Square that hip to the mat and allow that left arm to extend up alongside your left ear. Breathe here. Lift out of that right hand. Squeeze your belly into the back of the spine. Try to keep that left arm lifted alongside the ear. Bending the right leg at the knee and reaching back with your left hand. See if you can find the top of your foot. So don't worry if you can't find your foot. Just keep the leg and arm extended. And then if you do find your foot, keep trying to lift the leg up. square both hips down facing towards the floor. And breathe, and then from here, extend the leg and the arm, and then we're going to bend the elbow and the knee to touch. And reach and extend. And knee and elbow touch. And reach and extend. And again, elbow, knee to touch. And reach and extend. And bring the hand down, take your knee down. And from here, just bring your hands a little bit further forward. Curl your toes. Take your tailbone back towards your heel. Lift the knees up off the mat. Drop the crown of your head to the floor. Press through your heel. Make any movements that you need to find your down dog. So if you need to keep the knees slightly bent, keep them bent. You don't want the weight to go forward into your shoulders or your wrists. Pressing through your heels. So once you make whatever moves that you need to make, try to find stillness, and let's hold here for 3 more breaths. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Keep pushing through the heels. And looking forward, let's take our right leg all the way up. We're going to lunge that right foot in between the hands. So you want to place the foot down if you can't get it there right away, and then get a grip with that ankle and just kind of shift that right foot so it comes right in between your hands. Lowering your left knee down to the mat, lower the toes down, and keeping the right knee over the ankle. Sweep the arms back, peel your chest off your thighs, raise your arms all the way up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to sweep forward, lifting the arms up. Inhale, bring the arms alongside your ears and hinge from your hips and come up. Exhale again, fold forward, sweep the arms back, and arms come forward. Inhale. And exhale, sweeping back. And now from here, your chest is on your side. Your arms are extended back. Your palms are pressing towards each other. Get your hands to touch and interlace your fingers. And then stretch your knuckles away from your butt towards the wall behind you. And then peel your chest off your right thigh. You're going to tuck your tailbone under. And then press the pelvis down. Move your hips forward. And open up your chest. Keep reaching the arms back. Gaze up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Your left toes are flat. Breathing here. And from here, bring your gaze to the center of the wall in front of you. And then release your arms all the way up. Inhale. And bring both hands down on either side of your right foot. Let's take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. So your right arm is right into the inside of your right leg. Wiggle the right foot all the way out to the very edge of your mat. So you come to the pinky edge of your right foot. If you can, take your left leg back even further. We're going to open up into the right inner thigh and the left inner hip flexor, getting a little stretch here. So palms are flat. And then bend both elbows and just lean your chest down. Try not to round through the back, and don't let your head hang. Keep your head in its neutral, straight position with your spine. Lowering down, and if comfortable, you can come to your forearms, but make sure that both shoulders stay even. So you don't want to lean too much into the left side or the right side. If it's too intense coming to the forearms, stay with your palms flat and elbows bent. So you want to be really feeling that openness in that right inner thigh, the right hip and the left hip flexor. And then from here, take the right hand and take it to the pinky side of the right foot. Wiggle the right foot back so it comes back into the middle of the mat, and curl your back toes. And we're going to take the right leg, send it back to a 3-legged dog. So your right leg is going to lift all the way up. You're going to bend the leg at the knee, flexing that left foot. Press the heel towards your left buttock and turn your right hip to the ceiling. Keep pushing the chest to the left side. Both arms are straight, and you want to try to keep both shoulders square. And then send that right leg all the way back and lower the foot down alongside the left. From here, we're going to take the left leg up now, lifting it up and taking our lunge here. So the left foot comes in between the hands. So we'll get it in there, knee over the ankle. You're in that lunge position. You're going to lower the right knee down, flattening the toes on the right foot, and sweep your arms back. And slowly come all the way up. Lift your chest. Inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. Sweep the arms back. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Keep them alongside your ears as you hinge up. And exhale again, extending forward. Stretch the arms back. And lift it up again. Inhale. And exhale, come forward. From here, stretch those arms back. Pull your palms closer together, interlace your fingers. So make those knuckles stretch back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your navel into the spine, and then we're going to slowly hinge at the hip. So you're going to lift your chest off your left thigh and take it into a little back bend here, but tuck your tail under, press the hips forward, let those knuckles stretch back, open your chest, gaze up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet, breathe where you are. And then bring your gaze center. Reach the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down on either side of your left foot. We're going to now take the left hand into the middle, to the left side of, the right side of your left foot, so to the middle of your mat. Wiggle that left foot out so that the edge of your foot is touching the mat. Both hands are under your shoulders. Maybe your right leg can go back a little further. So now we're going to open more into the inner left thigh and that right hip flexor. So both palms stay under your shoulder. Both elbows bend together and just see where you can go. So you're going to feel that stretch opening in through your left hip, your left inner thigh, and in through that hip area. If you're comfortable coming to the forearms, you can do that as long as your shoulders remain square, so you don't want to hang out to one side. So keep both palms under the shoulders. If you're on your hands, and elbows pull in. Let the chest move towards the floor, crown of the head extends forward. And let's slowly come back up. Take your left hand to the pinky side of your foot and wiggle that left foot back. Left hand comes down onto the mat. Curl your back toes, and let's take the left leg and bring it back to our down dog, a three-legged dog. Lift the leg up, bend the leg at the knee, and turn that hip up. So press your right heel down. Keep pushing your chest closer to your right thigh. Drop the crown of your head towards the floor. Flex that left foot, turn the knee up. Both shoulders stay square. And then straighten your leg. Bring the left foot down alongside the right. Hold here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And let's come forward to a plank position. So you should be able to come forward with a straight spine. Try not to collapse your hips. Pull your shoulders down. From here, let's just lower the knees and then press through the heels. Lower the knees, pressing through the heels. Keep the shoulders pulling back. Lower the knees and press back. One more. Lower the knees. Press back, and we're going to hold it here for 5 more breaths. If you need to keep your knees down, keep your knees down. So getting the body to get a little bit stronger, upper body strength, belly draws in to strengthen the abdominals. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and lift it back to a down dog. Dropping your head, pressing the mat away. So if you find that plank is a little too intense, you can always lower the knees down. And remember, if you feel that you need a rest, take child's pose. And from here, let's take our right leg extended all the way up to the ceiling. Lunge that right foot in between the hands. Now keeping the left knee off the mat, taking a high lunge so you're staying on the ball of your left foot. You're going to stretch the arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, and come up. Just as we did earlier when our knee was on the floor, we're going to tuck the pelvis, push the hips forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and gaze is slightly up. So you're looking towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Your inner thighs are drawing towards each other. Release both arms out to the side and lift them up. Breathe here. Right from here, taking that left foot, we're going to flatten it down to the mat. So when you spin that left foot flat, Your right knee stays bent and the knee is over the ankle. Your right heel lines up with the instep of the left foot, and we take it right into a warrior two. Soften your shoulders and breathe here. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. So the right thigh remains parallel to the mat. Pelvis presses down and your shoulders are stacked over the hips. You don't want to be reaching with your right fingers. Nice deep breath here. And from here, let's take the arms all the way up towards the ears. You're going to rotate into a high lunge again. So you're going to come onto the ball of your left foot and then bring your arms out in T position. Just hop that left foot in a little bit, press the heel down to the floor, and bring your arms behind you. Interlacing the fingers, stretch the knuckles back, lift the knuckles away from your buttocks. Right knee is forward, thigh is parallel to the floor. Lift the chest, inhale, and we're going to fold to the inside of the right leg as the knuckles stretch up. And just keep letting your nose come towards the big toe. Stretch up and breathe. Feel your right hip pulling back, so you don't want to push your butt out to the right. You want to pull your right hip back so that the tailbone is reaching more to the wall behind you. So depending on your flexibility, you might not be able to come down that far, but you want to really ground through that left back foot and pull that right hip back. Coming back up, we're going to come back into that ball of the left foot into that high lunge and take both arms all the way up. Inhale. And now bring both hands on either side of your right foot. You're going to let your left knee lower. The toes are going to come flat, and you're going to sweep your arms back. Lifting up, inhale, take your hands to prayer, and bring the hands to the center of your heart, taking a twist. You're going to take the left elbow, cross it over the right thigh. So use the elbow as leverage to press into the thigh, to lift your belly off of your right thigh, and press your right palm into the left, and gaze up past your right elbow. So your right elbow is stretching to the ceiling. Keep feeling your inner thighs drawing together. If you're feeling strong enough and you have the energy, maybe your left toes can curl and you can press your heel back to let your left knee lift up. Push back through that heel. You want to just try to keep those inner thighs drawing together. If it feels that you can't hold this pose, you can always bring the knee back down to the mat. So just take yourself wherever you are comfortable. And then bring both hands down on either side of your right foot. Now let's take the right leg. Take it all the way back and up. Bend your leg once again at the knee. Turn that hip up to the ceiling. And now option here, we can flip the dog. So you can bring your left hand in a little closer to the midline of your mat, or closer to your right hand, and let that right foot just fall over to the left side of your mat and turn onto the feet. And raise your hips up, raise the arm up, and open up that right arm. So send that arm to the corner of the room. Keep gazing up, lift the hips. One more inhale, and exhale. Inhale here, exhale, take that hand back down. Let that right leg go all the way back and up, and lower the right foot down alongside the left, and hold. Deep breath in and out. So using this time as a rest, you can also come into child's pose if you feel that you are feeling a little fatigued, even holding in your down dog. We're going to hold it here about 2 more breaths, giving yourself an opportunity to feel that you're taking a rest. And one more inhale. And exhale on your next inhale. So if you're in child's pose, come back into down dog. Let the left leg lift up. And we're going to lunge that left foot in between the hands. So you're going to come up into that high lunge. So stay on the ball of your right foot. Left knee is over your ankle. Inner thighs square. Stretch your arms back and slowly come up. Interlace your fingers. and you want to stretch the knuckles back, pressing your pelvis down, pushing the hips slightly forward, and gaze up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Nice deep breath here. Keep stretching back through that right heel, and then bring both arms all the way up. Inhale. We're going to flatten the right foot, coming right into warrior two. So your heel of your left foot lines up with the instep of your right foot. Your right toes are angled more to the front of your mat rather than to the back of your mat. So maybe it's facing the longer edge of your mat, but more towards the corner. The tailbone presses down, hips stay stacked underneath your rib cage, underneath your shoulders, and breathe here. Look down the fingers of your left hand. Make sure you're using your Ujjayi breath. Now we're going to swivel back into our high lunge. So you're going to bring your arms out to the side, rotate onto the ball of your right foot. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Reach your arms all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, take the arms out and bring the hands behind you. Stretch the knuckles down. And you want to straight go flat down onto the ball of that right foot. We're going to lift the chest and slowly take the chest now to the inside of that left thigh. Keep stretching the knuckles, pull the shoulders back. So even if you just come here, hold here. Don't feel that you have to force yourself to go down. So with practice, the flexibility comes. So if you're forcing it, you're not going to be able to hold very long. So find that pose, stretch the knuckles, and just keep pulling your left hip back. And try to keep the form, the straight line with the back and the crown of your head. Nice deep breath here. And let's slowly take it back and up. Inhale. Exhale, let's release the arms, take them up. We're going to let that self swivel onto the ball of your right foot. And we're going to bring the hands into prayer. You can lower the right knee down, or you can keep the knee lifted. We're taking that twist here. So you might want to keep the knee lifted, or just bring your knee down. Right elbow comes to the outside of your left thigh. And then you're going to turn your belly button up to the ceiling as you push your left palm into the right. And then if your knee is already lifted, you're in the higher, you're in the more challenging position. But if your knee is down, you want to see if you can go to that little bit of that challenge. Let your knee lift, pushing back through the heel. And let's release. Take both hands down. Taking your left leg back and up. Lift it up. Bend the leg at the knee, turning that hip towards the ceiling, pressing through your right heel, drop your head. Now, option if you want to flip, you can bring the right hand in closer to your left, and you're going to just let that left foot fall over to the right with both feet coming flat. The left arm extends up, hips lift, let that left arm open, and breathe. So you're expanding through the chest, you're breathing your Ujjayi breath. And two more breaths. Keep lifting up. Breathe in and out through your nose. And then we're going to flip that dog back around. Let that left hand come down. That left leg's going to go back up to three-legged dog. And you're going to lower that left foot down alongside the right. Holding here for about 5 breaths, maybe even longer. So if you need to rest for child's pose, take child's pose when you need to. So just sometimes when we think we want to take a rest, and we just say, well, let me see if I can stay here one more breath. And then you did it. And then say, maybe I can stay here another breath. And before you know it, you don't really need that child's pose. You're able to find the strength that you need to hold in your down dog. We're going to take it back to that plank position again. So shifting forward, your shoulders come right over your palms. You shouldn't really have to move your hands or your feet. If your down dog position is in the right alignment, you'll be able to just transition from down dog right into your plank. We're going to bend the knees again. Let the knees touch and push back. And let your knees just touch and push it back. And knees touch and push back. Holding again for 5 breaths. If you need to lower your knees down, lower down. Tuck your tail under, pull your belly in. Don't let your hips collapse. Keep pulling your shoulders back away from the ears. Navel is drawing into the back of the spine. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's everyone take it to the knees and to a child's pose. If your wrists feel a little stiff, rotate the hands around. So anytime there's tension there, we want to move that tension out. So just do whatever you need to do to kind of release that tightness in your wrists. And just rest in child's pose with your forehead to the mat. And breathe here. So listen to your breath. Keep it smooth and even. Slowing things down a little bit. Just taking a few more moments here as we continue to rest. And then we'll continue to move and see where we can challenge ourselves. So we're going to come back into down dog. So your arms are extended forward. Flatten your palms, raise your forehead. Come up onto your knees, bringing those knees back under your hips. Curl your toes and lift back up into your down dog. From here, you can either walk, step, or hop your feet. So if you want to take a hop, you can bend the legs at the knees. You're going to hop right to come to the front of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Inhale and fold as you exhale. Take your arms out to T position and come all the way up. Lift your arms up and bring your hands to prayer. And just keep your thumbs down into the center of your heart. Keep your chin to the chest. Option to close your eyes if you'd like. So coming into our first mountain pose, just feel grounded. And let's bring our chin level with the mat. And let's take we're going to take a balance now. So we're going to bring our legs about hip distance apart. And we're going to start in chair pose when we're going to do this balance. So we're going to have the legs just slightly open. They're not very wide. And we're going to raise the arms up. As you bend your legs, draw your tailbone down towards the mat. Pull the knees back so that your toes you can see your toes if you look down. Keep the shoulders open. And now we're going to shift the weight over into the left leg and take the right foot and place that ankle above that left knee. Trying to find balance while we're opening into that right hip. If this is too much with your hands up, maybe you can find a better balance with your hands in prayer. So use whatever options are available. It's a little more intense when your arms are extended. So stretch up if you're ready for that challenge. Stretch the arms up. And then one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Bring the right foot down, and bring both hands to prayer to the center of the heart. Bow your head, chin in. So just doing that little bit of a balance pose with a little bit more of a challenge can increase the heart rate. So you can notice that the energy is flowing a little more throughout your body. So we're going to balance it out, but we're going to just hold for another couple of breaths. So see if you can slow things down a little. Make sure the breath is smooth and even. Be in control of your breath. Be in control of the way the energy is being moved through your body. So let's return the chin level with the mat. We're going to take both arms all the way up, coming back to chair pose. So you want to shift the hips back, tailbone presses towards the mat, and you're able to see your feet. Pull the belly in. Try not to arch through the lower back. Keep those arms extended. We're going to shift the weight over into the right leg, and you're going to take that left foot up and place that left ankle just above your right knee. So you're balancing in a one-legged chair. Shoulders are down. You can always bring your hands into prayer if you need to. Otherwise, keep those fingers extended and keep feeling your shoulders pulling down away from the ear. Hold it here. 2 more breaths. And one more inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the left foot, bring both arms all the way down, and return your hands back to prayer. And noticing again the energy that started to increase just by doing that balance, that little bit of a challenge. So this is also opening our hips. When we put that knee on top of the ankle on top of the knee, it opens the hip. So we're going to continue with that. We've been opening our hips in a lot of the poses that we've been in. So we're going to go into a little bit of a deeper, intense hip opener. So just staying here for another breath or two. Make sure that your breaths feel smooth and even, and then let your eyes open. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up, and exhale, fold forward. Step your legs back, and then you're going to take your knees down onto the mat. Now, once your legs are on the mat, you're going to keep your palms flat, keeping them under your shoulders. So what you're going to do is you're going to extend your right leg back. So when your right leg goes back, you're going to take that right knee and take it to the outside of your left knee. So you're going to swivel that right leg over to the left and lower the right knee down next to your left knee. Then you're going to square your feet. So you're going to shift your hips over to the right, and then you're going to sit your butt down in between the space of your feet. So once you get your legs to cross, you're going to bring your buttocks down. Move your right foot slightly away so that your left buttock has room to sit on the mat, and this is going to be pretty intense here. So your left knee is over on top of your right knee as best as you can get it. So it's going to feel really intense here, especially if you have very tight hips. So if you're not able to let the knee stay stacked, maybe that left foot is more closer to the right knee, but eventually you want to get that left knee over on top of the right knee. And your both buttocks are staying on the mat. And if you're not feeling it, you can wiggle that right foot a little further forward. This is called Garbhasana, head of the cow. Gomukhasana, sorry. And you're holding onto your ankles. Sit up nice and tall and let your shoulders pull down. And then close your eyes and just have the experience of witnessing or being with that intense stretch in the hips. Just breathe with it. So hopefully you're not feeling that you're causing any injuries while you're here, but you can feel the intensity of this pose just by closing your eyes and trying to be with it for a while. And then let's open the eyes and then position your hands however you can to come back onto your knees. So maybe you need to wiggle the right foot back towards that left hip. And then just shift forward while coming back to tabletop. And then just notice how your hips feel. So now we're going to take it to the other side. So your left leg extends back. You're going to just swivel that right leg over to the, left leg over to the right and bring your left knee close to the right knee onto the mat. So your left foot is angled over to the right side. You're going to square those feet. So you're going to bring your hips more forward, more towards the center of your mat. So your feet are out at the long edges of your mat, and you're going to sit your butt down. So this time, once you come down, both buttocks come to the mat. Your right knee will be over the left knee. So make sure both buttocks stay down, and you can start to wiggle that left foot forward and opening up in through the hips here. So depending on how flexible you are, if you can only keep that right foot just over the left knee, then work on that until you start to develop more flexibility. This is very intense hip opener, so you want to get that right knee to stack over the left, and then just hold on to the ankle, sit up tall. Don't round into it. Try to sit up tall. Close your eyes, try to feel your hips relaxing, and just move your attention and awareness away from that tightness and just be with it. Just breathe with it. So don't hold on. Try not to hold on to the tension, but try to let it go by breathing in and out. And we'll hold for one more breath. Then let your eyes open if they're closed. However you can get out of it, you're going to lean onto your hands, take it back into tabletop position, and then just take your legs out to one side, sit down onto your buttocks, and lean back onto the forearms, and take your feet as wide as the width of the mat, and then draw your knees over to the right. So just let your hips open out over to the right side. And then take your feet flat on the floor, lifting the knees up and over to the left side. And bring the knees up. So you're on your forearms. We're going to come onto the palms now. So lifting up onto the palms, rotate those knees over to the right. And come back up onto your feet, knees lift up, over to the left now. And back up to center, and just walk yourself to the front of your mat with your feet flat and legs bent. Extend your arms forward, and let's roll ourselves down, one vertebra at a time, using our core to get ourselves down onto our back. And once your whole back is down and your head comes down, draw those knees, hug them into your chest, rock gently from side to side. Nice gentle massage on the lower back. And let's bring both feet down onto the mat. Keeping your arms right alongside you. We're going to press up into a bridge pose. So your toes are facing forward. Your legs are about hip distance apart. Draw your navel into the back of the spine. Feel a little tilt in the pelvis. And we're going to raise the hips and butt off the mat. Keep your chin right where it is when you lift up. As you lift up, keep stretching your hips higher up. Don't move your head. And if you want, stretch your arms underneath. So maybe your shoulders are pretty open from those forward bends that we've done with our hands interlaced. Just stretching those hips up as high as you can. And keep shoulder blades squeezed. If this is too much holding your hands, you can release your hands. Keep sending those hips up a little bit higher. And then right from here, raise your hips higher and then release your hands. And then slowly take your back down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Keep the tilt in your pelvis. So you're starting with the upper back, lowering down till you find the mid back. And then finally the low back into the sacrum. Hug the knees, drawing them in one more time to your chest. Rock it out nice and slow. Let's bring your feet down onto the mat. Take your right leg extended all the way up to the ceiling. We're going to take that right foot, cross it over the left thigh. Just as we did when we were in our chair pose, we're going to let that right hip just kind of relax open, and we're going to go into a deep twist. So extend your arms out in T position, and then we're going to let the right leg go over to the left. So you're going to take your twist. Maybe your right foot finds the floor. Maybe your right knee comes very close to the floor. Maybe you can take your left hand onto your right knee and go deeper into your twist. So just meet yourself where you are, where feels good for you. And once you're here, just notice that that right ankle is still on top of your left thigh. Turn your gaze to look over the right fingers and let your eyes close. And just breathe, let go. So noticing now more of openness and space where you can breathe through it, and it feels more relaxing than it did when you were in those poses that were pretty intense. So really let go. And slowly return your head back center. Release your left hand from your knee if you have it there. Keep your left foot on the floor and your right ankle on top of your left thigh as you come back up. And once you come up, then release your right foot down and bring both arms back down alongside you. Make any adjustment here and just notice as your feet stay flat on the floor and your knee stays bent. Bring your left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Flex the foot and then place that left ankle on top of your right thigh just below the knee and let your left knee gently fall forward. Let that left hip open. So you may already feel that your hips are pretty open now after we've done most of these hip openers. So from here, stretch the arms out in T position. Keep your navel pulling into the back of the spine as you inhale. And then on your exhale, let the left leg gently come over to the right side now, keeping the ankle connected to the thigh and just rotating over. Maybe the left foot finds the mat, maybe it doesn't, but just let gravity draw those knees down. Maybe you can go a little further by holding on to that left knee with your right hand. But make sure that left shoulder just stays down on the mat. And then turn your gaze to look over the left shoulder. Let your eyes close. And breathe where you are. Really let gravity draw the legs down. And find the space that's opening up into the whole left side of your body and in through your hips. Just noticing without judging. And slowly return your head center. Release your right hand if you have it on your knee. Keeping your right foot on the floor and left ankle on top of that right thigh. Inhale, slowly take yourself back. So you're on your back, and then release the left foot and bring both hands and arms down alongside you. And making whatever adjustments, just coming onto your back, keeping the knees bent. And just breathe here. So let's hug those knees, pull them into the chest. Keep your ankles touching, your knees touching. Place your hands right onto your knees. Now, as your hands are on your knees, you're going to notice your elbows are bent in and they're probably in towards the side of your body. So what we're going to do is keeping the ankles touching, keeping the thighs into the chest, the hands on the knees. Keep your feet together and open your knees out to the side. So just open the knees. Your feet are together. Then keep your belly pulled into the back of the spine. Keep the feet together and send your knees forward. And then close your knees so your arms will go straight. Then pull your knees back into the chest. Open the knees out to the side. Keep your feet together the whole time. Send the knees forward. Then close your legs. So you're making a little circle. So speed it up a little bit. Nice and slow, but just make it smooth. Pull the knees into the chest, open out to the side, send the knees forward so arms go straight, close the legs. Do this a few more times, but be mindful that you're keeping your lower back pulled in down to the mat, so your belly is pulling in. Once your knees go forward and close and your arms are straight, then reverse that circle. Open the knees out to the side, pull the knees in towards the shoulders, and then close towards your chest. Knees go forward as arms go straight, open out, and pull in. So you're changing the direction that you're making the circle with your knees now. Keep that navel into the back of the spine, so getting a little bit of a massage in your back. Make sure your belly is pulling in. And then once your knees come into the chest, slowly release your feet down. And we'll prepare now for relaxation. So let your legs extend straight out. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Make sure your legs are open about hip distance apart. You want your hips to feel relaxed. You want your arms to open away from your torso. Turn your palms towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let the shoulders relax to the mat. And then gently close your eyes. Check in with your chin. Make sure it's not jutting way up to the ceiling. So you want to feel your chin kind of softening down towards your chest. And close your eyes. Let go of your practice. You worked very hard today. It was very intense. So it's good to once in a while really see if we can challenge ourselves to take our practice a little bit deeper, just to see if we're able to manage it. Sometimes it's a little too intense and we have to back off, but it's not about giving up. It's about meeting yourself where you are and finding where you can get that strength and determination to move towards your goal. So relax and rest. Resume your natural flow of breath, slowly inhaling and exhaling. And let's invite in, when you feel very relaxed, start to invite in a beautiful golden white light. So however you want to picture this white light, just allow it to enter into your mind's eye. And place that beautiful golden white light in the center of your heart. And perhaps allow it to just swirl through the center of your heart. Feel your heart warming with the glow of the light. And let that light just expand out from your chest and let it flow out into the shoulder area and down through your arms as your arms relax with that golden light. So there's a slight heaviness that you feel, or heaviness, but you feel open. Let that light continue to travel in from the shoulders, in through the neck, to the back of your head, and then down through the shoulder blades into your whole back. And just see it in your mind's eye, traveling in that area, letting you relax. Feel the warmth. Feel the deep relaxation. And then letting that beautiful golden light swirl, spin down through your navel and through the lower back, through your buttocks, and your hips, your pelvis. Letting the hips just relax more and more. The belly softens. And feel the warm energy traveling in that area of your body. The whole upper body and the lower portion of your body through your buttocks. Then let that light start to slowly travel down your right leg. Just the right leg, the right thigh, into the knee, down the shin and calf. As it flows through your ankle, top of the foot, and then out from the toes. Just noticing the right leg relax. Then let that white light start to travel now, slowly from your left buttock into the left hip, down your left thigh, into the knee, the back of the knee, down the leg, till it reaches your ankle, the top of the foot, and out through the left toes, noticing how relaxed your left leg is, noticing how relaxed your whole body is as you continue to feel the glow as you bathe in that beautiful golden white light. See that light glowing internally and allowing it to your body to be surrounded by that light. So it's taking over to let you relax. And stay with that visual as you go deeper into your relaxation, allowing the work you've done to be integrated, incorporated into the whole being, your whole being. And just stay here to relax in peace and calmness. Very slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, taking a moment just to notice how you're feeling. And taking a nice deep breath in. Stretch your arms all the way over your head as you reach back to the wall behind you. Exhale out any sigh sounds or moans. Gently draw the knees, hugging them into your chest. And feel a gentle rocking sensation side to side, allowing you to kind of slowly wake up, bringing some movement into your body. And when you're ready, just roll all the way over to the right side of your mat as you rest your head gently on your inner right arm. And let your left hand come onto the floor in front of your chest. Just lying on your side. Be with your stillness. Be with your peace. And taking this opportunity just to notice how you're feeling. So maybe the intensity of the practice is gone now because your relaxation kind of took that all away, just kind of melted all that away from you and all that tightness. When you're ready, with your eyes remaining closed, press into your left hand and guide yourself up to a seated position. Take as much time as you need. Come right into the center of your mat. Legs are crossed. And let's bring our hands into prayer position, letting the thumbs come to the center of the heart. And sit up nice and tall. Take a few moments just to notice your breathing. Notice how you're feeling. Take this time to thank yourselves for practicing this evening, taking time out of your night to do your practice. Once we're done, we're glad that we took this time. Sometimes it's hard to get ready and prepare, but once we're done, we're really glad that we did. So we're going to finish by chanting Om. We'll chant it 3 times. So we'll take a nice deep breath in. Om. 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 Slowly lower your head down, drawing your chin to the chest as you bow to the light and love that shines within you. Know that that light and love shines brightly within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you next time.